Today, in Chronicles and Cocktails, 7 towns with a strange, weird, or unique history that you should visit. Puerto Rico is famous for its beaches, but if you travel across the island, you begin to discover towns where history did something a little bit strange. You'll find a revolution that only lasted a few hours, a small militia that defeated an attempt from the British to invade Puerto Rico, a mountain town that built a coffee empire, and a quiet town where thousands gathered after children claimed to have seen the Virgin Mary. Today on Chronicles and Cocktails, we are traveling across the island to explore 7 towns with a slightly strange, unique, but definitely fun history that are absolutely worth visiting. Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Chronicles and Cocktails. I'm Josue, the spirited historian. Today, Rincon is famous across the world for one thing: surfing. Every winter, surfers from across the United States, Europe, and Australia arrive chasing waves. For most of its history, Rincon was something very different: a quiet agricultural town, fishing, small farms, cattle. Then, in 1968, Puerto Rico hosted the World Surfing Championship. When international surfers discovered the waves along this coastline, the town changed forever. Within a few years, Rincon became one of the most famous surf destinations in the Atlantic. A farming village transformed by waves. If you walk along the beaches of Guánica today, it feels peaceful. But on July 25, 1898, this quiet shoreline became the stage of a turning point in Puerto Rican history. American troops landed here during the Spanish-American War. Within months, Spain lost Puerto Rico after more than 4 centuries of rule. The island entered a new political era under the United States, and that transformation began right here on this quiet coast. So in this episode, we're not gonna do a complicated cocktail. We're gonna do a traditional Puerto Rican sipping drink. And we're gonna use Chichaito because I like it, and it's a very nice subtle flavor. Chichaito is a mix of anise and rum, and today we're gonna have it neat in one of these little glasses because we're just gonna sip throughout the episode little by little, just to tell you the stories. So, you just open the bottle and pour. This is good for after a heavy dinner. It's good before dinner. And it's good at any time. And you can also mix this with ice and add a little bit tonic or chironja juice. And it go very nice. San Germán is one of the oldest settlements in all of the Americas. But the town you see today is not where San Germán originally stood. Early settlements were established along the western coast in the early 1500s. But the Caribbean in those days was dangerous. French corsairs repeatedly attacked the region. Entire settlements were destroyed. Residents abandoned one location, then another, then another. Eventually, the town moved inland to its present location near the Guanica River. Back then, the island was divided into two cities, the city of Puerto Rico and the village of San Germán. The entire west, from Camuy to Juana Diaz, and west, all of it was San Germán. Today, visitors walking through San Germán's historical district are exploring a place shaped by centuries of survival. In the central mountains of western Puerto Rico sits a little town called Lares. Quiet, beautiful. But on September 23rd, 1868, something extraordinary happened here. Revolutionaries led by Ramón Emeterio Betances, who was exiled in France, launched an uprising against the Spanish rule. They captured the town, raised a new flag, and declared La República de Puerto Rico. For a brief moment, measured in hours, Puerto Rico existed as an independent republic. Spanish troops quickly suppressed the rebellion, but then Lares became one of the most powerful symbols in Puerto Rican history. This is one of my favorite stories in Puerto Rican history. In 1702, British forces attempted to attack the northern town of Arecibo. Local militia quickly organized to defend the settlement. One man became legendary, el Capitán Antonio de los Reyes Correa. According to historical accounts, Correa led a small group of defenders against the invading force and forced the attackers to retreat. The Spanish crown later honored him for his bravery. Today, his statue stands in the town plaza, a reminder that sometimes history turns in small coastal towns. Deep in the mountains of central Puerto Rico lies the town of Utuado. Today it's known for rivers and dramatic landscapes, but during the 19th century, these mountains powered one of the island's most important industries: coffee. Large haciendas covered the hillsides. European immigrants arrived, and coffee grown in these mountains were exported across the Atlantic to Europe, even to the United States at the end of the 1800s and the beginning of the 1900s. For a time, Utuado was one of the most important coffee regions in the world. In 1953, something unusual happened in the municipality of Sabana Grande. In Barrio Rincón, 3 young girls reported seeing an apparition of the Virgin Mary near a natural well. The site became known as El Pozo de la Virgen. News of the event spread quickly across Puerto Rico. Soon, thousands of people began arriving at the site hoping to witness the phenomenon or receive spiritual blessings. Newspapers covered the entire story. Pilgrims traveled from across the island, even from the rest of the world. The Catholic Church eventually investigated the reports, but the apparition was never officially confirmed. Still, the story became part of the town's history. Today, the site remains a place that attracts visitors curious about the event. Sometimes history happens in revolutions and wars, and sometimes it happens in quiet barrios. Puerto Rico may be a small island, but beyond the beaches and the resorts, you'll find towns where history left behind stories that feel almost unbelievable. Pirates, revolutions, battles, coffee empires, and mysteries. Places where the past lives in the plazas and their mountains. So if you're planning a trip to Puerto Rico, or if you live here and want to do an interesting road trip, I invite you to visit all these towns. So tell me, which of these towns would you visit first? Tell me in the comments. And if you enjoy exploring history, culture, and spirits that shaped the island, subscribe, share, like, because here on Chronicles and Cocktails, we tell the stories behind the places. I'm Josue, the spirited historian. So thank you for watching. Have a great Wednesday. Have fun. Be careful out there. Go to church and get smart. Have fun. Read a lot. Enjoy, but be careful. No drinking and driving. Salud.